Once again, Craig, we're very grateful that you found a time to be with us on the platform today. Thank you so much. We'd like to ask you this very quick question. First of all, you'll be taking us on intermediate trading course. I mean, if you get to the marketplace in our website, you see all of the courses that you can take as a trader. An intermediate trading course is specially designed by you. So I'd like to ask you, is there any prior knowledge that one has to have to be able to be qualified to take the intermediate trading course?
So, right. I think what's good with this whole Tonoit Academy is that a platform has been put in place to educate people in a relatively, what can be a dangerous space out there in the world, in a very safe way. So that's the first thing to understand. Yesterday, we listened to Sheldon, who brought you the introduction to crypto trading and the details of his course, and my course effectively follows his. So is there something that you need to do before? Well, you know, firstly, I would highly recommend that you do the beginner's course, because when you get to the intermediate level, we don't actually go into any of the beginners type of stuff. And you know what, at the bottom, you know, the bottom line is that you need to be safe out there. You need to know what you're doing in the crypto world. And Sheldon's course in the beginners gives you that ground sort of knowledge. Think of it as laying a foundation that I then start to build on. So, you know, cryptocurrency has come to the world and it's the most amazing asset class. It's something that's new. It's, you know, been around since 2009 and everyone loves it, and they love that there's huge gains to be made. And there is huge gains to be made, but there's also money that can be lost. Some of it you can lose through bad trading, but sadly, a lot of it you can lose through by being hacked, by not understanding security, not understanding wallets, not understanding how to transfer your money to exchanges, to understand the role that wallets play in the world. So, you know, if you have that base knowledge and you are relatively comfortable in the crypto space, then intermediate course, you can come straight onto the course. But if you don't have that knowledge, the place that you need to start is at that beginner's course with Sheldon. And my course builds on top of his course, and then Lee's course in the advanced builds on top of my course. You know, so it's been very, very well structured in terms of the way we bring information to you and educate you in a proper way to keep you safe and hopefully to help you make money out there.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Okay, so you mentioned that there are bad decisions if you do not take the beginner trading course. That means I can't jump over, I can't just run to the intermediate trading course if I haven't taken the beginner trading course. So are there some very common mistakes that traders make? Someone might have taken the beginner trading course and they feel like, yo, I can actually trade now. I don't need to go any further in my learning process. Are there some common mistakes that traders make, which is the reason you're advising them to take the intermediate trading course?
Sorry, you broke up a bit. I don't know if it's my internet or your internet, but can you just summarize it quickly?
So are there some common mistakes that traders make in their trading journey, which is one of the reasons you would advise them to take the intermediate trading course?
Okay. So let me put it to you this way. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and all the cryptos that are out there is, to me, one of the most exciting asset classes that has ever come to the world. You know, we're now just over 10 years, we're 11 years in. It was 2009 that we first got Bitcoin. It was the first cryptocurrency that came in. So this is a very new asset class. There's a lot to understand. There's a lot of money to be made. And the one thing, and I'm going to do a little bit of educating while I'm doing talking as well, because that's what we're passionate about doing. But, you know, people get so excited about the fact that Bitcoin came to the world, and it was the first sort of digital money that was not related to any banks or any governments. It was sort of independent from the world that we live in. And they call it decentralized. And it's got huge, huge advantages to this, to being involved in cryptocurrency. But what a lot of people fail to recognize, and they don't really understand, is because you get so excited by what is actually going on in the crypto sphere and the money to be made, is that when you get involved in the crypto, now you don't, the banks are not involved. The governments are not involved.
Mm.
But what the people don't understand, or people generally, is that when you get involved in the space, is that you become the bank and you become the government and you become the controller over your own money. So if you make a mistake when you're out there with cryptocurrency and you do something, you send the money to the wrong wallet, or you don't understand what you're doing, you can't go crying to your bank and saying, please, I made a mistake, I need to get my money back, or please, can you do this for me? Because you took on that responsibility when you came into the crypto world, and you need to understand that responsibility. And when you can get to understand that responsibility, you can really be successful in the space. So what are some of the mistakes that people make? And I get it, even people that I've trained hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in crypto trading, and they don't listen to me when I talk to them about the importance of the base knowledge. And that's why we put it as a whole separate course under the academy. What they fail to understand is that, for example, if I've owned some Bitcoin and I want to send it to someone else, if I use the wrong address, I don't put the correct information in, that money is gone. Whew. It goes into the cryptosphere. It goes there into the internet somewhere, and that money is never to be seen again. I have people phoning me regularly that make this mistake. They will take, for example, Ethereum, and they'll send it to someone's Bitcoin address. Maybe this is confusing to you as I'm talking, and I hope if it is, then I better go back to that basic course, because you need to understand those basics before you come onto the intermediate course.
Wow, thank you so much. So in this case, you're not allowed to say that nobody is above mistakes. You need to know these ground things. You need to know these basic things before you take on this decision to say, let me go into trading, or let me even attempt to take the intermediate trading course. Thank you so much, Craig. This is mind blowing. I don't know about you guys, but I'm having fun. Like it's interesting to know that when you do not have all the answers, there is a platform where you can get answers about cryptocurrency. As much as it is complicated, there is a platform where we can simplify these things for you. Do not forget, we are live on Facebook. Check us out on our social media platforms at Tonoit Official, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Tonoit Official. As time goes on, we will be putting out the banners so you see what they look like. But right now, I'd like to ask one question before we play the video I promised that we were going to play. So, Greg, you have to tell us. So if I get the intermediate trading course, do I have that? How long will it take me? Will it be like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months before I'm able to see a chart and be able to tell this is the right time to buy or this is the wrong time to sell? How long will it take me?
A great question. So the first thing to understand, I'm just going to step back a little bit before I answer that question. And then if I forget to answer, because I always get very excited when I speak about crypto, it's my passion and my love. I've been involved in cryptocurrency since June of 2016. So in the early days, Bitcoin was $600 at the time. I've been living 100% off of cryptocurrency since January of 2017. 2017 was the most insane year that we've ever had in cryptocurrencies. The money that was being made was just incredible, but the money that was being lost was also just as incredible.
Oh.
That set me on a journey about learning about cryptocurrencies. When I saw these insane gains being made, I started trying to learn how to trade. Now, when I first got involved, and you would go and look at YouTubes, and you start following things, you don't know who you're actually following. You don't know, is this guy really good? Because everyone seems a hero when the market is going up. Everyone seems to know what they're doing. Everyone's an educator when the market's going up. And in that space of that year, I really got myself caught into a lot of groups that were what are known as pump and dump groups, where they get you to buy into a coin while they're selling it. And and it's a really, really tough space because it's an unregulated space. So there's a lot of sharks in the water out there that you need to be careful of. And I went on this long journey, and it's a never-ending journey. You don't ever stop learning. I'm learning every single day in terms of new stuff. I spend hours on it every day, but I'm a full-time crypto trader now. So Your question, so the first thing before we come to that question, and this is something that that I always is something that, you know, your parents always tell you some stories when you're kids, and some of them you remember. And one of the stories that that my parents or my dad always told me when I was a kid, he said, you must always take the pennies from your pocket and put them into your brain, and your brain will fill your pocket up with dollars. In other words, never be scared to educate yourself, and don't be scared to pay for education, because free education, you know what they say, there's no free lunches. So education, it's better to pay for education and get good education. Now, the thing about crypto, and Sheldon spoke about this yesterday, because someone said, how much time do I need? And I'm getting to the answer to your question now. How much time do I need to learn? It depends what kind of a trader you're going to be. Sheldon spoke about this yesterday. Do I want to be someone who's got a job and I do a little bit of trading on the side? Do I have a whole day that I can spend my day behind the charts? This is all what you're going to learn by going through these courses, is what kind of a trader do I want to be? Do I want to get involved with Wendy's course and learn scalp trading, where you're watching charts every minute of the day? Or do I want to also have a little bit of time and take longer trades, which are known as swing trades? So going through the course, you're going to learn and you're eventually going to be comfortable with the kind of trader that you want to be. No one can say to you, you need to do this or you need to do this. You need to be educated on the whole thing, which is what we do. So how long is it going to take you? At the end of the day, just by belonging to Tonoit, not even the academy, just by belonging to Tonoit and getting Marius's reports on going on his webinar on a weekly basis, and then getting his blog posts, which come through every couple of days, you can trade with no knowledge. You can literally trust someone. And that was one of the things, you know, that I've been with Marius since early parts of 2017, long before Tonoit existed. I was part of Marius. So at that stage, I didn't understand. But he was a man that I could trust, and he is a man that we can trust, you know. So where the idea from this course came was that we wanted to put content together, because I know people are out there, they're greedy, they blah, 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 they want to get involved, they want to make money. And we wanted to create something where you could watch any YouTube, you could look at any report of Marius's, you can watch any webinar, and you will intelligently be able to decide, this is where I need to enter this coin, and this is where I need to take profit on this coin. Here's when I'm in danger, here's when I'm not in danger. So how long is it going to take? It's going to take as long as you want to put into it. This course, the intermediate course, from front to back, I think it's about 9.5 hours or 10 hours of education, on top of Sheldon's, which I think is about 7 or 8 hours. So as fast as you can get through it, you are going to be able to start. And don't forget, when this is an intermediate course, you're not going to come out of Sheldon's course and my course, if you do the two together, and be a professional trader. This is the start of your journey. From there, you will start and you'll go back and watch those videos again and again and again until you get to understand what it is. But from the time that you are finished, as I say, you could actually start trading without doing any of it, just by following Marius's reports. But every bit is a little bit of a step above. So as fast as you want to go through it, you go through it. As much as you want to learn, there's education for you to learn. And that is my encouragement to you. Get educated.
All right, thank you so much. You heard it from his mouth, guys. I didn't say that. You heard it yourself. So you cannot just jump the gun. You have to take it's a journey. You just started it, so you have to stay put and then go with them. They're taking you step by step into this trading journey. Exciting. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook, and our platforms are where you could see amazing offerings that we have. Our website, tonoit.com, our social media handle Tonoit official, and then you see all of our offerings. Right now, we're going to, I'm sure you've been asking, so who's Craig? We need to know what he is. He has told you that he's been into trading for the major part of his life, 100%. So you want to know if he's really good at his game. So right now, we're playing you the video where he tells you who he really is. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Craig. I'm your new Tonoit Academy, the School of Crypto Intermediate Course Instructor. I'm going to be taking you through how to actually get trading with cryptocurrencies. We've just come out of the beginner's course, out of Sheldon's course, where you've learned all the basics, and I'm taking you through the intermediate part to get you up and trading. What do we do on my course? Well, the first thing that we're going to help you do is set up TradingView. TradingView is the platform where you see on all the videos and that, when you're watching Marius, when you see the charts, it's all done on TradingView. I'm going to help you get that TradingView set up, explain it to you with all the right indicators that you need to start trading. Then we're going to have a look at an overall and a detailed trading strategy. This is very important for you because this is going to enable you to make a decision on when to go into a trade and, more importantly, when to exit a trade. From there, I'm going to take you through, I'm going to show you the most important candlestick patterns. You'll have already learned about what candlesticks are in the beginner's course. I'm going to be showing you some of the basic patterns that you need to keep your eye out for to help you with your trading. And after that, I'm going to teach you about drawing trend lines and your support and resistance lines. Those are the lines you see on other people's charts all the time. How do you put those lines in place? Once we've done that, we're going to take this whole thing and pull it together. So we're taking everything from the beginner's course and this course and show you now how do I place my trades? How do I do a buy order, a sell order, a stop order, or one order cancels the other? All in all, you're going to be learning, by the time you come out of this course, you will be able to trade at a relatively proficient way. And using this, and once you've got a lot more experience, you're going to then take this onto the more advanced course where you're going to go and learn all the stuff about Elliott wave and Fibonacci and things like that. I just want you to know that you're in safe hands with me. I've been in cryptocurrency since 2016 and living off of Bitcoin since January of 2017. I've got great trading experience and I can't wait to take you through this course.
Paul, thank you so much. That was amazing. We heard it from his mouth. Something very interesting that you mentioned when you were talking. You said something about candlesticks, and in my head, I'm thinking candlesticks pattern, and you just get into trading and you're hearing candlesticks, and it's a bit confusing. Like, I'm thinking, what candlestick? So how important is this candlestick pattern? How is it? What is the benefit of it? Let's just get that very quickly, opening the floor for people to start asking their questions.
So all the charts that you look at when you see any YouTube videos or when you watch Marius's webinar on a Thursday night or his blog post that he sent out, have always got these little things that are known as candlesticks. It looks like a small little bar, which is either green or red. The green ones we like because they're going up. The red ones we don't like because they're going down. But understanding candlesticks is such an important thing. In the beginning, when you look at it, you look at it and you think, oh, it's just a candlestick. But the more you start learning about it, each candle is like reading a book. I mean, my partner Ash, she always says to me, I get so excited about the candlesticks because each candle tells you a story about what happened in that particular period of time. So a candle can represent one day, it can represent 1 hour, it can represent 1 minute, but in that minute, all the emotions of the buyers and the sellers, or the bulls and the bears, are encapsulated in one candle. It's this fight between the bulls that are trying to push the price up and the bears that are trying to push it down. And that is like a story, each candle. And when you put the candles together, you start getting a feeling of the emotions of the market. And at the end of the day, cryptocurrency, more than any of the other markets out there, because the other markets are mature and cryptocurrency is relatively new, is very emotional. This space is so charged with greed and fear and FOMO and all these emotions that are captured in one little candlestick. How's that for an explanation?
Wow, that's amazing. It's really exciting. I don't know how others are reacting, but it involves a lot of emotion. And as you were going on and on, I felt like, okay, it's going to be dealing with my emotions. As I'm in it, I'm going to be seeing a lot of ups and downs. So I just have to stay put and understand the process. Guys, this is amazing. Are you still thinking? You should get on our website, tonoit.com, and pick up something for yourself. I mean, this course it's really packed for you. All right, thank you so much, Greg. We're going to give people an opportunity to ask questions now, so you'll be ready to answer some of their questions before we run off. All right, so Rochelle, take it off from there.
Can I show you what the course outline is? Because I've got it over here that I can show you what we learn.
Sure.
Can I share my screen? Okay, let me share my screen with you quickly, and then you can see exactly what we're going to cover. Okay, this is the intermediate trading course over here. So it consists of all of these videos that are over here. And you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 videos. Okay, 13 lessons. Some are short, some are long, as well as it comes with a lot of PDF content. So these are files that you can download and print, which if I was you, I would print them in color. I would bind them. And as you're going through these lessons, you start making notes, because this becomes literally is the start of your trading Bible. You need to be documenting everything time. So we go through a whole lot of information. Up here is all about the introduction to the course and Trading View, which is that charting package where we see those famous candlesticks. We then have a look at a very big, broad overview of a trading strategy, where I don't know how much time you're going to give me, because I love to talk, but where we look at why trading firstly is important, and how you can actually grow your portfolio, and why Bitcoin is so important. We have a look at that. And then we start getting into the details of how to trade. So this is we take the information that we've learned here from our introduction, and then we start discussing all of these indicators that we've put on your charts, so that you start to get to understand them, because trading is like building a puzzle. You've got a picture that you're trying to build, but you're looking for the pieces of the puzzle to try and show you what is actually happening in the market. Because at the end of the day, you want to beat the other guy. You want to be one step ahead of the other guy. You want to be a bit better than the other guy, because then you can out-trade him, and effectively you can make profit from doing that. So we go through all of these indicators over here, which gives you one part of the puzzle, and we look for these pieces of the puzzle. Then we get into drawing those support and those trend lines that I was talking to you about, and how you actually draw them on your charts, so that you can start getting into that process. I then have got a bonus video where Sheldon from the beginners course comes back, and he shows us a strategy that he uses for new people to get into trading if a lot of this is still confusing you. So he brings that in. A very important video that we then talk about, which might mean nothing to you now,
Craig?
is why should we trade against US dollar?
Yeah.
Huh?
So very sorry to cut you here, but then again, we just have to move from this. The people are going to definitely see this when they get into the course. It's exciting, I know that. We're just going to take some questions from the people. I'm very sorry to cut you, but then we just have to take some questions from the people. Guys, we just want to play, yes, a video for you. Sure.
Okay, so
Okay.
when it gives the opportunity to ask a few questions, if people can type it in the box for us. We don't have that much time. We'll just take a few questions. So guys can go ahead and type some questions to Craig. Craig, just we'll just look at a few questions very, very briefly.
Drop your questions on the chat, and don't forget that we're live. The link is on the chat. You can see it, you click it, and you'll be part of us from Facebook. And then check us out on our social media platforms as well: Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Tonoit Official. You see amazing stuff that we do. Check us out on our website, tonoit.com. And then I'm sure you'll see the place where you fit in. You see the beginners trading course, the intermediates that is handled by Craig. You see other courses that you can take. Feel free to drop your questions on the chat.
No questions? Craig, you must have done a good job.
So I want 2 or 3 minutes of encouragement to the people here. If we've got no questions, I don't know how long. When did you want to finish this by? Because we've got 37 minutes. When did you want to finish by, Rochelle?
Well, it was supposed to be half an hour, but you can't control these things all the time. But yeah, we'll give you the 3 minutes.
Good stuff. Okay, my encouragement to the people on this group, and I'm gonna share my screen again, is simply this. I'm going over to a website that is called CoinMarketCap. This is a website that lists all the top cryptocurrencies, and there's, as you can see, 5,700 cryptocurrencies. At the moment, we've got about $270 billion amongst all these cryptocurrencies in the world, $270 billion. This is a tiny, tiny amount. We are so new in this game. We might be 10 years into this game. Okay, but everyone that is on this call, everyone that is going to get educated through this process is going to be getting in at the beginning of an enormous, enormous cycle. The top coin that we see here on CoinMarketCap is, I'm sure you'll know, is a coin called Bitcoin, which is currently trading, as we can see here, at around $9,100 for one Bitcoin. People might look at this and go, what, $9,000 for a Bitcoin? That is ridiculous, you know? Let me tell you, when you listen to Marius and you'll hear him talk about it, and I can see he's on this call here, when Marius is calling that one Bitcoin is going to be $80,000, $100,000, I'm pretty sure that we are going to see $1 million Bitcoin. And in fact, I was saying it to someone yesterday, I'm sure before I die that I'm going to be seeing multi-million dollars, $1 million for one Bitcoin. Right now, at 9,100, as expensive as it seems, this is so cheap. This is so cheap. Think of it. $9,000 that is going to be worth $1 million in the years to come. No trading advice, but that's the way that I feel about it. These courses and everything in the academy and everything on Tonoit and with Marius thing is to help you learn to earn more and more and more of this Bitcoin. So you might only come in with, I don't know, $100, $500, $1,000 to trade. You need to get the skills to do what Wendy often calls as farming, is to earn more and more, just to get a little piece more and more and more of these Bitcoin, so that you can actually hold an entire Bitcoin one day, if not many Bitcoins, because this can set people free, financially free and debt free. And I think that's the passion. When I see Marius's heart always, and I know it's the heart of Tonoit, is to help people get set free. So my encouragement to you is to learn, is to educate, learn the skill. This is a life skill. You learn this, you might never have to work again. Look at Sheldon yesterday when he spoke. He's 24 years old. He's a full-time trader. He never has to have a job. He never has to have an alarm that wakes him up in the morning because he's got to go to a job. He wakes up earlier because of the energy and the passion and what he's got in helping and teaching people. And that's what we're all about. You want more of this. You want more of this Bitcoin. There are only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoins. We are now at 18,400,000. There's only 3.5 million Bitcoins left to go. It's going to take 120 years for those Bitcoins to be mined. You need to learn the skill of trading that you can own one of these Bitcoins or more of these Bitcoins or a piece of this Bitcoin, because that can set you and your family and who knows what, people, nations, cities, towns free. And that's my encouragement to you for on this whole Tonoit Academy.
Right. I'm just going to take 2 questions quickly. The one was, what percentage of gain have you made from your last trade? And the purchase about the intermediate, thinking I'm not advanced enough for the other teachings, but looking now, I believe with your teaching I can do it. Okay, no, sorry, not that one. It was just a question about the sessions. There's 13 sessions. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't think, is there anything that you can see that I just missed off the box?
Nope. Obviously, you know, if you buy all 3 courses together, I think it's $500, you get a discount. You definitely need to have a lot of experience in the intermediate course before you go to advanced. I mean, the advanced course is really, really next level. You know, I'm proud to say that that Lee, who's going to be talking tomorrow, was a student on one of my first courses when I started teaching trading, because I had so many people coming to me. He's excelled to such a level, you know, that, you know, and it just shows you there's always more to learn, you know, but this will really give you the groundwork to really get you onto this trading journey, and then you will build up from there. So getting all three together is, of course, a good package. You have access to it as long as you want to, you know, so my advice would be to get it because you save the money, and then at your pace, you'll go into it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining us today. And then obviously tomorrow is the big man himself. So you've got the master, Jan Lee. So anybody that wants to join us tomorrow for the advanced and the master trade, please the same time, but then 2 o'clock for the master trade. So thank you so much, Craig, Saul. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We really appreciate it. Sorry about the gremlins today, but it happens. And I hope you all have a great day. Thanks, guys.
Have a good day. Cheers, Zeil.
Bye.